Greetings. Greetings. Welcome to Young Hamishi. Well, it's the middle of the day anyway. Greetings. Welcome to Sovereign Eats. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I have been hosting for the last two strongs a midday motivation just to allow for those of us who are hard workers to take a break and come on into the space, come on into the Sovereign Eat space and take a chill, take a 5 minute, 5 minutes to share, 5 minutes to ask questions, or 5 minutes to learn something new. And that goes for both you and me, right? Because for me, I like when I can learn new things from you all. So I'm here. I'm here just saying take a break, take a chill, take a breather. Sometimes we need to connect with those who are important to us. So yeah, connecting is important. Jovi Dab 23, peace. You caught me live, and it's great to have you in the space. Thank you for jumping in. And you're the first. You're the first. Greetings. We have Deidre Selly. She is on YouTube Live, so thank you for joining me. Us, all right. Us, we, Anu, we. So this has been Thursday is interesting. Thursday is always interesting because um I acknowledge Sabbat, right? And with acknowledging that, Sabbat kind of shifts and opens up for us all on what was called Friday. And so once the sun sets on Friday, we restrain from work. We go into study mode, right? And we go into community mode. I mean, we're always in community mode, right? But it is a bit of extra time to pull away from work and to just focus on the creator. Greetings, True Health Live. Thank you for being in this space. Please follow True Health Live podcasts, and so dropping soon. And she also has some information videos up on YouTube as well. So follow her and her work, right? So back to the Sabbath. So the preparation time for Sabbath actually begins for me on Thursdays, right? Looking good. Ooh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. The idea of preparation and making sure everything is in order so that Sabbath is successful is really important. And it's not just the food prep, it's wrapping up tasks and so on for the strong, making sure all of those things are in place. Sometimes it's really hard. Things can carry over every strong, right? And when I say a strong, I mean a week, right? But we're empowering using words here that will uplift us and invigorate us. And that invigoration comes with selecting words and word choice. Um, and sometimes word choice can not only motivate you or inspire you, but it can and motivate and inspire others, those who are on the receiving end of our words. So yeah, that preparation during the week is really critical. And that Thursday is always like, for me, Thursdays is the wrap up day. It is the wrap up day. Because Friday has its, Friday has its thing, man. There's several tasks or things that must be done. But in order for those things to actually come to fruition on a Friday, Thursday's important tasks must also be accomplished. So, yeah, I guess I'm sharing that Thursday has just been moving for me. I found myself looking up at the clock and realizing that it's 12:05. What are you doing? You should be on. So, I actually wanted to share a little bit about digestion, right? I am really close to several people who I know have they have issues with digestion, big issues. All right. And one of the last night I decided I wanted some tea. And when I make tea, it's a big production. So, because I always have to decide on, okay, which herb am I using? And so far, I've been working with Ladies Mantle for this month. I want to continue working with it. So, greetings, Indigenous love, peace, 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 and power to you. Welcome into our sacred sovereign eat space. Um, so yes, the herb. I try to work with herbs in you know over long periods of time. So um, over a couple of months last year, I found myself using oat straw a lot and just for an extended period of time. Now, oat straw you can use every day, but I've just been using it for an extended period because I love to see how the herb affects my body and how it's functioning, right? Sometimes it also triggers certain things, whether it's emotional responses, so or even physical responses, responses in the structure of my face or my body composition. So, and the only way to actually identify that is to work with herb for a longer period of time. So back to my story. Greetings. Yes, yes, love, love, love. Indigenous love and Anu Moon. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Thank you for taking that break with us, being in the space. So yeah, I was saying last night I decided, okay, I wanted to make tea. And of course, when I make tea, I am using bulk herbs, always pouring out bulk herbs and making up some sort of new concoction. But last night wasn't a new concoction, it is one of the digestive blends that I enjoy using. I really love the way sorrel is soothing to the stomach. It can also, allow your body to flush as well. Your urinary tract can flush very well. It's a diuretic. But I utilize, and I'll give you all the, I'll give it to you. I included licorice because licorice is soothing to the stomach, very soothing, and it can be helpful if you're going through cramps, digestive cramps, or maybe you have there are times when we have tears in our stomach walls and our stomach lining that shouldn't be there, right? So licorice can be soothing to the stomach in that way, and it can coat as well, right? So if you're using licorice, make sure to use licorice root, and your licorice root should be dark in chunks, but dark and rich. It shouldn't have a pale look to it in the store. So make sure it's when you buy it in bulk, you can see it. And even if you can't see it and you open up the packet, it looks very pale. It shouldn't. It also should have a nice robust smell. Um, in that in the distilled water that I chose to use distilled water last night. I'm not sure why, but I utilized sorrel, I utilized licorice, as I said. I included some ladies mantle as well, because it was a pot for her sisters, so I included ladies mantle anyway. And because I didn't have goji berries, which I really love, they're helpful with digestion as well. Instead of dropping dates in the water as it simmered, I included a scoop of fig butter. So if you are familiar with fig butter, I mean, all it is, it's blended soaked figs that are blended down to make a jam. So that adds a little bit of thickness and sweetness to the herbal blend. If you are having issues with consuming carbs and fruit sugars, then stay away from it. Maybe if you do want a little bit of sweetness, you can add some stevia to it, but that's a great digestive blend for you. It is one of many. There are many out there, and they are in degrees. The blends are in degrees depending on how extreme your issue is. So that's helpful. Now, to that, you can add a slice or two of ginger. What I did was I added a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons rather of ginger fiber, because what I do is I would blend up ginger and make huge batches of just ginger liquid sitting in the fridge so that I can use throughout the strong. And when you strain the ginger, there's all that fiber that's left over. I never throw it away. I keep it and I add it to my tea, my pot of tea, so that way I utilize all parts of the roots and foods and fruits that I use. So for those with digestion issues, or you know someone, or you have a loved one in the family, making a huge part of that can be helpful. Basil, I wanted to jump into basil, and I'm talking about, you're probably saying, well, why am I talking about it? I'm talking about it because it's related to some of my own. Last night I said, I felt like I needed something to support my digestion, and I one of my sisters said, I wish I could have some tea now, because I feel like my digestive tract needs some, massaging. It needs some love. So, not in those words, but that's what I heard. It needed some love. So we decided to give it some love. So again, just a quick recap. Uh, Licorice root, a tablespoon is fine, depending on how much you want to make. Sorrel, I use handfuls, right? I don't measure a lot at all. So sorrel, dried sorrel, of course, lady's mantle, and ginger, if you like, as well as 2 tablespoons or 1 tablespoon of fig butter, or dates, or goji berries, as I stated. Right, so that's one thing that you can do. I also thought that it would be helpful to consider something like basil, right? Peace, peace, greetings, Ricochet. Thank you for joining us. Peace, welcome, welcome. Um, One other thing I wanted us to consider was just fresh, fresh leaves. Chewing on fresh leaves helps to stimulate, you know, it helps to stimulate that the digestive system, and it helps to ease it into digestion. So maybe even before we consume food, maybe our first meal for the day or first large meal for the day, it might be helpful to stimulate the digestive tract by giving it a little bit of basil. Basil helps, lots of polyphenols that help to soothe and ease the stomach walls. And basil is also supportive if you are someone who may have toxins that have already gotten to your blood through your digestive tract. Um, Basil, chewing on basil it really helps to support you, and it helps to aid with inflammation. So if you find that, yeah, and I'm not necessarily talking about gas, but inflammation, when the stomach is constantly, it feels like it's a war zone, right? I think I was going to actually name this session digestive dilemma, because it can be grueling. It can be very painful. That stomach aches can cause us to actually take fetal position, right, involuntarily. So not a yoga pose, like involuntarily, literally. So yes, I wanted to share that today, that if you are going through it in terms of digestion, or every now and then you have a bout of pain, there's so many other thing underlying issues that could be the reason why. But if you are have gone through and explored, and you do realize, hey, what's happening is not necessarily because I have a serious medical condition, but sometimes there's irritation and just inflammation. These are some herbal blends, right, that you can utilize in the home. Again, chewing on basil, but you can utilize basil in a fresh drink. You can juice basil. I actually prefer to blend it, and to blend it with ginger. You can utilize that as an aid, a digestive aid. You can add some pineapples to it as well. Let me see, I think it was a couple months ago, we had a lot of discussion around gut and gut brain axion, and what we could use to support the gut. Pineapples came up, and I think I gave a recipe on the use of pineapples along with a couple other things. So pineapples are great to add to it. When you chop your pineapples, many people throw away the skins. I scrub and soak the fruits and veggies that I use. So if you scrub the skins well, and even soak them for a little in vinegar, they can be used. I know someone said they were reluctant to do so, but you can actually take the pineapple peels and scrub them again if you need to, after chopping, and use the core that most people throw away. chop it up into small slices, place it all in a nice hot bath of water and let it boil. Place some clove, place some anise in there, um, a leaf or two of bay leaf, as well a cinnamon stick. I love cinnamon. And I love spices. You know, I was born and raised in the spice Isle of Caribbean, so I really like using spices in everything. I had someone say to me, "Well, is everything just like spice flavor? Every sweet you make is going to just be spices. There are no other flavors to explore." So yeah, I wanted to break today just to offer you some relief through that, because it offers relief for me and for those who I am around and I work with and service and support. Again, chewing on that basil, very helpful. You're going to realize that it really eases any inflammation, using it as a juice along with ginger and even pineapple. And I gave a little side note about making a pineapple drink that's separate as well, but really important to chew it. And if you do decide to do so, chew it regularly. I know a lot of the times we find that we can ease our body and support our system, but we utilize those tips and tricks once or twice. We never really work with them over a period of time. As I said to you, if I'm working with a herb, I drink that herb for over a period of a month, right? Not just one strong, one whole month. And I'm using it in many different ways. I might have it cold as a iced tea. I might have it as a hot tea. I may have it with a hot chocolate. There's lots of different things that I do with it. So try to utilize basil. Try to love on basil. Try to allow basil to love on you, and enjoy the rest of your day. If you have a question or you have anything that you want to share with anyone, please do so. Any midday motivation that you want to offer to everyone else in the chat. Uh, Alien Black Girl, Anistula, welcome, welcome. Thank you. You are always present. I give thanks. Um, if you are, Anistula says, I am drinking burdock now. Ooh, 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 ooh. I love burdock. I love burdock. Burdock tea is mineral dense. If your blood count is low and you are feeling really weak, you're fighting to survive, you can't figure out, you probably eating, things aren't staying down. Let me tell you about how burdock root can really help to, it just nourishes you and it helps to build blood. Burdock root, best ever. um yeah, so thank you again, Alien Black Girl, Ricochet. Thank you for being in the space. Sister Anu Moon. Big up Indigenous Love. Big up Joby Dab. 25, 6, 23. Shh, don't say that. Don't say that. And big up to you, True Health Live. Follow everybody. Everybody follow each other and just, support each other. Peace and see you all again. Oh, don't forget to join me on our Sunday, Sovereign Sunday. I'm going to obviously share a post so that way you have an idea of what our topic would be. Please come with questions if you have any, or come and share. Come and share. And if you want to join, let me know. I can always put the link in the chat, and that way we could all see your face in our conversation. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your productive day. Peace and power to you all. Of course, my hand went into the.